Hey friends, it's a rainy November day, so light that candle, pour a hot cup of tea, and join me for a simple floral painting. Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Shayda Campbell, and for our first video of November, it's kind of that in-between season, after Halloween, before Christmas, I just want to do something that feels cozy and relaxing. It's a very rainy day, so we're going to sit down at my desk, light a candle, grab a cup of tea, and then grab a single color of watercolor. I am using Prussian blue, and I've got a number 4 round brush, and I'm using my favorite sketchbook. It's got 140-pound watercolor paper in it, and all of my supplies are linked in the video description. Now I'm just using a little tiny plate as a palette. My sister was thrifting in Europe and picked up all these cute little plates for me. So thanks, Taylor. And I've got a glass of clean water here, and I'm just going to start by adding water to the paint, and I've added more water on one side and less water on the other. So right away, I've got a really light blue and a slightly darker blue. Then we are going to take some washi tape, and we are going to mask out a little rectangle right in the center of the page. And that's your setup. We're ready. If you've got some watercolor paper and a single paint, you mask out that border, grab your cup of tea, take a sip, light that candle, and get ready to just enjoy some creative me time. One last thing we have to do is just take a pencil and sketch a very imperfect oval right in the center. And then it is time to paint. So you can see I've taken like a very, very watery blue. This is the Prussian blue with so much water in it that you're basically just using water with like a hint of blue. And I'm just painting some circles. These will be roses later, but I just kind of cluster them, and that's all there is to it, little circles. And then we take that darker, more concentrated, more opaque paint, and we are drawing or painting some leaves. But you can see I just kind of flick the brush. I just add a little bit of pressure and kind of see what shape I get. And then you can go in with the very tip of the brush and put some little thin lines. This piece, you know, like I've said, you light that candle, you've got one color of paint. It's really simple and straightforward. And what you're doing here is just kind of relaxing into the painting process. And as you do that, think about your brushwork. Think about practicing your brushwork with every petal that you paint, with every leaf. As you can see, I'm doing now these really simple little cutesy flowers. You basically run the brush around in a circle for each petal, and then you go around in a circle and you paint 4 or 5 or 6 petals. So just think of sort of flicking that brush, adding a little bit of pressure for each leaf, for each petal, and keep it simple. The thing that I always try to avoid is overworking the paints and going back in and just trying to make everything so perfect. With watercolor, you can be very loose and free, and I think it looks so lovely and so whimsical and sweet. And so that's what I really wanted to show today with this exercise, is that we can practice our brushwork, we can use a single color, and additionally, we can just paint like 2 different flowers. You know, this rose that's basically a circle, and then this sweet little like 5-petal flower that's the quintessential kind of flower, and we can still make something that's really lovely. So once you've done a few roses and you've done a few of these other flowers and you're kind of practicing your brushwork, then we can start to think about painting in some leaves. And since the little flowers, let's call them little daisies, okay? So we have a name. So for the little daisies, I did the flowers quite dark. So what I'm going to do is take the very, very light watery blue and use that for the leaves. So it's just the opposite of what I did for the roses. And they don't really look like daisies at all, do they? No, that's a terrible name for them. Maybe we'll call them like little poppies or something. But you just want to create some contrast there. So a light blue flower, a darker leaf, a light blue leaf with a darker flower. At this point, I decided to also add some berries. Berries are really great space fillers because you can do a cluster of 2 or you can do a cluster of 7. And it's simple. Just paint some very light blue or dark blue circles, and then either use a light or darker paint for the stems and for the leaves. And what I've chosen to do here is do these really, really light, very transparent circles, and then go back with that dark blue and add the stems and branches and the darker leaves. circular berries, circular flowers that turn into roses. But the way it all adds up to something so lovely and so beautiful. And I think this is great just as a sketchbook exercise. Like, that's all there is to it. You can just enjoy the process and practice your brushwork, and you'll get something pretty out of it. But the great thing is this would also make a beautiful holiday card or birthday card. This would make a great page, like a "this book belongs to" sort of page. So, a lot of options here for how you could use this. With quite a few flowers and berries in place, I am now taking a dark concentrated blue and also painting some leaves. These as well are great space fillers because you just paint one leaf and then another and then add them together with some sort of curving, really thin little branches, and you can just make them as large or as small as you like and continue to think about your brushwork. Each leaf should just be one little flick, one little bit of pressure added to that brush, and then leave it alone. Remember the old Shayda Campbell adage, it's a leaf if you say it's a leaf. Just perfectly imperfect is the name of the game here. And if you make some little mistakes, nobody's ever going to see them because a piece like this is really about the pattern as a whole. And as I paint, I think it is a good time to remind you that I release an extra video for all of my patrons over on Patreon every single month. And it's always the first weekend of the month, which is this weekend. So if you want to do a watercolor floral with a little dark, moody backdrop, and there's a vase and just the kind of floral I'm really enjoying right now, we use simple supplies, little watercolor set and sketchbook, and that's it. So check that out on Patreon. It's a great way to support this channel. Okay, what are we doing? We're just adding in all of the same familiar shapes. So I'm not changing anything at this point. I'm painting the small leaves, the cute poppy daisies, the berries, but for the most part, I'm actually just doing that dark stem and thin branches. As I said, great space filler, and I just want to make sure that I do fill all of the space, because when we take off the tape, we want it to look like a really nice filled in rectangle. And then of course we have this beautiful oval in the middle where we could do a smaller painting, where we could put a quote, where we could write "this book belongs to," whatever it is. I actually think that'd be such a good Christmas gift. You do this in your watercolor paper, then cut it out and paste it, use rubber cement to put it in like a beautiful publication of a friend's favorite book or a book they have been meaning to read, maybe a classic novel, and write like "this book belongs to." You get it, but yeah, that would be a good Christmas gift, yes? All right, I will stop talking about Christmas now, but I will give you one last tip here, and that is just to add lots of little leaves and bits kind of hanging over that pencil oval in the center. You want it to look, say you put a quote in the middle, you want it to look like the foliage is surrounding the quote in a really lovely sort of organic way. But that is all done. That step is all done, our major painting. So let's remove the tape. That's always my favorite part, and it looks so pretty. The border just looks so nice and crisp and clean. And what we want to do now is kind of what I was just saying. You want the foliage surrounding, say, the quote or name in the middle. And then we also kind of want the foliage and berries to sort of peek off the edges of the rectangle a bit, just so that it looks organic and natural. It doesn't look too stiff. So what I'm doing is painting some really tiny little berries on the outside edges. And that was like the perfect remedy for the stiff kind of border. And then final step, we are going to do some wet on dry. So most of this is totally dry. What I want to do now is use more paint on top of the dry paint so I can be beautifully precise. And that's all wet on dry technique. That's all it is painting on top of dry paper or paint. And because you can be so precise with it, you can paint in little details that these flowers and leaves so badly need. Like just putting a little dot on each berry will really bring those berries to life. Putting a little flower shape or X at the center of those roses gives them a stamen. They really look like a flower now and not just a circle. We're going to just do some thin lines on the center of most of the larger light leaves. I did kind of do a bit of a border on some of the roses. But yeah, you can kind of just play around. Think of your paintbrush almost as a pen at this point. You're just doing these delicate little lines and wisps, and continue to make sure that the border doesn't look too stiff. And oh darn it, I got paint on my hand and I messed up my beautiful white border. So if that happens to you, as it always happens to me, take clean water, drop it onto that smudge, and then grab paper towel or a cotton swab, and you're just going to blot it, and lift up as much pigment as you can. That's called lifting. It's a great way to fix your little mistakes and whatnot. But mistake fixed. That's it. My tea is almost done, so that means I am done. This took me about 40 minutes for anybody who likes to know that, and it was truly just so chill and enjoyable, and I needed that on this rainy day after the crash of Halloween candy and all that stuff. So thank you so much for being here. Head to patreon.com/Shayda Campbell to check out the extra video, and I will see you soon with a new tutorial.